The first step to replacing your rear brakes is to safely raise the truck and secure it. Break the lug nuts free, they're 19 millimeters, and then use a jack with the predetermined jack point to raise the truck and then safely secure it with jack stands. Completely remove the lug nuts and take off the tire. Then you're going to remove the two caliper guide pins, which are 12 millimeters. So this is what the rotor and brake looks like when you take off the tire. In the back, there are two 12 millimeter guide pins. Both of those are coming out. There's the top one and then the bottom one. If you're just changing the brake pads and not the rotors, you can leave the top one in and just rotate it up. Use a C-clamp to then depress the piston so that you can take the whole assembly off, and then the entire assembly comes off just like that. Once you're done with this, you want to secure it with a zip tie or place it somewhere where there's no tension on the brake line, and then the rotor, in my case, slid right off. You may need brake free or to hit it with a mallet or something like that if it doesn't slide off just like that. Next, you want to remove the old brake pads from the caliper housing. The outer brake pad gets removed first, and it's held on by two tabs. So basically, you take a flathead screwdriver, shove it in, and pop it up, just like that. But be careful, it will kind of spring out. So definitely wear some type of eye protection. And then the inner brake pad is held on by three metal prongs, so that just pulls away from the piston like such. If this is helpful, please like, subscribe, or super thanks buy me a beer, and also take this opportunity to clean off any rust using a wire brush or similar attachment. The next step is to install the new brake pads and rotors. The rotor should slide directly on very easily. Then go ahead and install the inner brake pad by pushing the three tongs into the piston housing like such, and then install the outer brake pad by using a flathead screwdriver to pull the metal tabs until they're over the caliper, and then slide down. If your brake kit came with these metal caps, go ahead and install them now. Use a C-clamp to then depress the piston so that the entire housing can go on. So the housing goes on by sliding those two notches in the top, and then the bottom portion slides down and seats into place. Mine didn't slide the correct time, and I think it's worth noting that the guide pins are in the way, so you have to move those out of the way. Once those are out of the way, this attaches very nicely and very easily, and then you put the caliper guide pin bolts back in hand tight at first to make sure everything's in place. The next step is to tighten the caliper guide bolts, 12 millimeters, 28 foot-pounds, and then reinstall the tire.